Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at this next task here, the internal links. More specifically this task here. We're going to use two images, modify them to have this size and turn them into internal links to lead from the, just double check, from the features page to go to the web design page and the design trends page. So the first thing you need to do is open Photoshop and create this size canvas. So I've got mine open already. File, new, and 400 by 200. Double check that is that way around. 400 by 200, 4200 RGB here. Always make sure that's there. Press OK, and you have the size that they are requesting. Now what we need is to get an appropriate image, and I've already decided that I'm going to go for, looking at this here, this one and this one. So I'm going to use that for design, and that's going to be for my web. So I'm going to use this one now. Now there's two ways you can get an image onto Photoshop. One could be just simply go to here, file and open, and just search through the window to find the image that you have through your assets folder. Or the other way is, since I'm working with one image at the time, is to just literally drag it in from there into the canvas. Now you can see it's a little bit smaller than the size of the canvas here. So what I'm going to do is, holding the shift button down to keep the proportions the same, I'm going to drag the corner out from both sides and drag it down basically until it fits in. There we go. It doesn't matter if it's not precise. Now I'm not going to have it like this, because then you can't really tell that she's, this lady's working at her computer. So I'm going to have it just so we can see her face, but also the computer about there, I reckon. Now remember that we're going to have some text on this as well, so we do need to have a space where the text comes on. Once you have with the image placement and the size, you press enter on your keyboard, and then it just basically sets it where you want it to go. Now going back here, you can see it says two images. So I've got my first image, the size, which I've already done, and it says edit the images to add the name of the pages to which they link. So very simply, we're going to go into text and drag it out. Now I'm going to just double check which one I want this to be, and I want to make sure that I get this right. So this is going to be web design page. So I'm just going to simply just copy this, Control and C. You will have to type it. You'll have a paper copy of this in front of you, so it's much better to type this out anyway. Text, and I'm going to drag a box here and paste it in. Okay, let's select it. I don't know if it's actually gone in. I can't really see. Paste. I cannot see it, so I'm just gonna, there we go, that's what's happened. So the size was too large, and that's why we couldn't see it. So what I'm going to do is, there we go, web design page. I want to be central, so I'm going to select it all, click here, there we go, and I think I can afford to make it a little bit larger. Too much maybe. Let's make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, black arrow, and I'm going to put it down here for now. Now the fonts that I have right now, the color, I'm happy with the font because it matches the there we go. Yep, Rockwell. It matches the font that I have on the banner, which is on here, and of course on the buttons themselves. So what I need to do is really consider the colors itself. It's a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to try and use a different color. I'm going to try white for now, just see what that looks like. Okay, it's a little bit better. Yeah, I think so. And now what we could do is maybe put some blending options on there. So I'm going to right click on the text here, go to blending options, and maybe have a drop shadow just so it sticks out a little bit, so you can see it's a little bit better to see now. But there are other things that you can add to it as well. So if you want to do it inside, sometimes that works better on a solid background, but this isn't solid, so it won't work. No, I don't like the outer glow, inner glow. Nope, don't like the inner glow. That's okay, but no, I think I'm going to just stick to the blending options, the drop shadow effect there. So press OK, and then that's that. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Okay, so what I need to do now is just basically save it. File, and save as. But you know what? I'm going to be a little bit fancy here. No, actually, no, we'll keep it the same, because there are things you can do this to this, but I'm going to just keep it as that, because you know the exam is not asking for anything else. It just says one image, that size, and the text. So let's keep it simple. File, save for web and devices. We're going to save this as a JPEG because that's what it's asked for, and we're going to save it into our assets folder. So I've got it there, and this is going to be saved as the web design page button. Make sure it's got capitals there. JPEG, that's fine. Press OK. But you know what? I'm going to put 1 in front of at the end of this as well. So save, done. Now then, what I need to do is obviously change it slightly just to make it look like it's going to be interactive. You know, when you put your mouse over it, it needs to have a roll over it. You can give you extra marks, makes it more look more you know, attractive on the eyes. And it's simply just clicking on the background image here, going onto filter, and just add a blur. And there are other ways to do this. This is, I just find the easiest way. There you go. Can you see? And just remember the number that you use. If you go for 2 in 1. Make sure the others are 2 as well. So what I'm going to do is let me try 5. Yeah, 5 looks okay, but I'm going to stick to 4. Yeah, 4 is fine. Press OK. And the only difference now is I'm going to just go to File, Save for Web, JPEG. Yep, press Save. And I'm going to find the original one that I saved in here, if I can. There it is. And just going to delete the 1 and put 2 instead. Save, and if I go back into my folders, I should be able to see both the buttons in there. Perfect. Now, while I have this image up in Photoshop, it'd be a good idea to do the next button basically. So I'm going to just delete this image here. There we go. And get the second image that I was planning to use, which is this one here, and drag it in to Photoshop. There we go. Same as before, holding on Shift, drag out what you need. There we go. You can see a little bit of white there, so I'm going to drag that out. That'll do. Press Enter, and the text needs to be changed. So I'm going to click on Text, go inside, highlight all of this, go for remind myself what the name of the website is. It's Design Trends page, so I'm going to copy that in. Now usually I'd never ever, let's drag this out a little bit, it's far too big, isn't it? Right, so what I may have to do is drag it out a little bit from the edges. I can select it. There we go. And then I can drag it back in again. And there we go, that'll do. Perfect. And click away. And the reason why I've kept it here so that I know that the size of the font is the same. I've got the same text color. I've got the same shadow on the background as well. So there's, you know, the consistency is still there basically. The image itself needs to be saved. Save for web devices. JPEG is fine. Press save. And this time it's going to say Design Trends Page Button 1. And let's make sure that says a capital D in there. And you press save. Done. And now all you've got to do is click on the background and do the blurred, which is the version 2 that we need for when the mouse goes over it. And it says 4 there. I'm happy with that. Press OK. File, save for web and devices. JPEG is fine. Save. select that image, there it is, and all we have to do is delete that until it says 2. Press save, and done. I'm going to just put this down for a second to make sure it's on there and I'm happy with it. I'm going to go to the features page here, there we go, and I'm going to zoom out just so we can see it a little bit better, and I'm just going to put one here and one here for now. So insert image, rollover image, and since it doesn't really say any particular order, I'm just going to go for the order that they've written in. So web design first. Go back here, look for web design. Oh, I have to go and find my folder again. Nope, wrong folder. Let's go back, there it is. Yes, and images, and I want web design, there we go, and it's number 1, that's fine. Press OK, say no to that, click the next one, and it's this one here, press OK, press no, and it's going to be web design page. And we're gonna just describe what's actually on the image. So just in case you don't remember, you can always go back and look at it. So image of a woman or blonde haired girl working at a computer. So image of a young blonde girl working at her computer. That'll do, and we press OK. There we go. I'm gonna move these in, and we need to add the next one. So insert image objects, rollover image, and now we're going to get the second one, which is the design trends. Say no to that, and version 2, there it is. OK, say no to that. Design trends page button, and again just describe what's on there. Image of someone using a graphics tablet. Press OK, and it's on there. Now the last thing we need to do for this task, so we've got the size, we've got the images, we need to link it. But I will move on to that once I've created this box here, which will be in the next video.